Greetings there, fellow wanderers. Jacob Wile here.
And Tiki too.
And welcome to Wandering Over Yonder, the vlog series where I take Tiki on a voyage through Craig McCracken's madcap Disney XD series, Wander Over Yonder. Having been through the show before, it is my job to show him the ins and outs of this strange universe. And this time we have the nice guy.
Yes. All right, Jacob. I'm really starting to get a feel of this show. I would say right now we're kind of verging on we're at the tail end of being about a quarter of the way through the series, which is very exciting. We're making some good progress on it. This episode was amazing.
It's amazing how this show can just take simple premises in one location, just like one location, one premise, and make an 11 minutes short, make an 11-minute episode out of it.
And it's not even like a spectacular location. It's literally just like a cosmic gas station, essentially.
Yep.
So this show is literally a bottle episode because Wander is trying to get a bottle the whole time, and it's a bottle episode in terms of it's set in one location.
And so what happens is they're roaming through a desert planet supposedly out of orbital juice.
And the planet has 3 suns pounded down on it. Yeah, 3 suns. You hear that, Tatooine? You got 2 suns. We got 3 suns, yo.
And the suns are so hot you can hear them make their heat.
Goddamn, I'm sorry. Jacob, I've got to say, probably my favorite image in the whole show thus far is that starting image of Wander and Sylvia just in desperate heat because it's so surreal. It's so colorful. I love how the colors pop on it. I don't know. I could frame that up as a fucking painting on my wall. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. There are a lot of the episodes in this show that just, are visual treats to the eye.
Absolutely. Okay. So, they arrive at the orbital pump.
Yep. Which all dramatic only drops a single little drop in there. This is gonna take a while.
Oh god. So Sylvia could really go for a thunder blast right about now.
Feel the blast. Thunder blast.
This episode of Wandering Over Yonder is sponsored by Thunder Blaz. Feel the blaz.
And also Rock Soup.
Also Rock Soup, yes. And the Tubaphone, that's Tuba. All right.
and don't forget Hamburger on a Stick.
All right. And of course, the actual sponsor, the Movie Machine Podcast at hotchocolatemedia.net. All right.
I think that's the first time we ever plugged them in this series.
Probably.
But either way.
I usually plug them when it has something to do with superheroes or filmmaking. So cartoons are kind of out of their fan base a little bit. But anyways, still, folks, go to the Movie Machine Podcast, hotchocolatemedia.net. All right.
But Wander goes to the store, the convenience store.
Sylvia, I am so honored that you asked me to do this task of bringing you this beverage for you, and I will make sure that it gets accomplished.
Yeah, it's almost like a point where you can tell him to get over himself. You're just getting a bottle. You're just getting a soda.
You're literally just how many people on road trips or just hanging out with friends driving around, just pull into gas stations hey, yo, can you go in and buy me a fucking 7-Up? You know, it's not that hard. It's literally a 2-minute transaction.
And Wander makes it out like a great quest. I am honored you have chosen me. Who else is she gonna choose, genius?
And you know what, Jacob? Within the context of this episode, I would say it's an epic quest. They make it into an epic quest.
Oh, just wait till you see their quest to return a sock.
Oh God. Okay. So
talk about an epic quest.
So Wander opens the door, and to his horror, he sees this trunked camel type creature, basically taking all the thunder blast that's on the display,
except one,
which this gentleman that turns out to be basically a giant centipede thing. And by the way, Jacob, I've gone on before, but that many legs just creeps me out. Every time I see legs, many legs, I don't know what it is. It's If something has more than 4 legs, it's totally unnatural, and I don't like it, and it's icky.
And this thing probably has like
Uh,
100 of them, probably.
It is not natural to have that many moving parts on one living thing. That's all I'm saying.
It's like a giant millipede.
Right. Anyways, the centipede man buys the last bottle of Thunderblaze.
What Wander does is like he opens the door for him, and then he realizes his long abdomen, and to his horror, he also takes the last Thunder Blast.
Oh god.
And then he like waits like, oh, it never hurts to help. which becomes a recurring statement throughout the episode.
Mm-hmm. So Wander's looking at the ingredients of Thunderblaze, or basically what's described on the display case. Fizzy, refreshing, blorped.
And totally blorped.
Totally blorped. Not just blorped, totally blorped.
And so he decides to find a substitute.
Yeah, he tries to look through all the drinks in the I want to say the refrigerator, but you know what I mean, the
cooler.
Yeah, the cooler. Thank you. Tiki no speak words.
I work in a convenience store too, so
okay. So this episode probably hits home for you, I guess.
Yeah, kinda, especially with the cashier guy.
With the cashier and maybe like impatience with certain customers.
In a way.
All right, I can see that.
Not nearly as bad as him though.
Oh yeah, sure. I can imagine. Yeah, this is like absolute worst case scenario, but.
Oh yeah, but what happens is like he goes through the various drinks, like refreshing, but not totally blorped.
Totally blorped, but not really that refreshing, and only somewhat fizzy.
Fuzzy and refracting. It's like, and then the last one's like
nitrogen, Nickgrain industrial rocket fuel, not for consumption.
Why is it in a cooler?
I have no idea.
And why is it in a box?
Can you imagine if that little girl who wanders in at the end of the episode decides to buy that instead of just saying?
I'm sure her mom wouldn't have let her do that.
Well, I don't know. If they were just being careless and be like, okay, pick out whatever soda you want. I want this soda. Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Oh, dark humor.
Yep.
Okay.
So, not being able to find a good drink to the equivalent of Thunder Blast, he decides to go to the cashier for help.
Yep.
For, tapping on the counter until he responds.
Yeah. Excuse me, kind sir. Would you happen to tell he basically like goes through the whole situation. Would you happen to tell me what supplement I could use for a substitution for Thunder Blast?
Like fountain drinks.
Oh god. And this is probably my single favorite moment of the episode. Wander's like, oh yeah, you did it. And then he wanders over and we see the fountain drinks have fizzy, refreshing, and blorped flavors.
He's like, do you mind if I mix these?
Oh my god. That's classic. I love that. Man, go ahead. Are you sure? Don't make an exception for little old me.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
I mean, most people just have common sense at that point. Wander's just like he's polite to the point of sometimes not even having basic common sense.
I mix Slurpees all the time, and they're fucking delicious. Just a hint, Jacob, cherry Slurpee and Coke Slurpee. Oh my god, it's the bomb.
Oh,
anyways.
We actually have that.
You have like cherry Coke?
For cherry Slurpee and cherry icy and a Coke icy, you could mix them together.
Yeah, mixed together, it's great. Anyways.
But like most people at that point would have common sense. Like I said, Wander sometimes just like he's nice to the fault of having a point of not even having common sense anymore.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's like, yes, everybody does it, which is a good point. Which is a great point considering everybody does.
Okay, so there's a really long line now that Wander's gotten his drink.
And he would like various combinations of like and the cashier's like he's like a silent store just with that noise. Yeah. That the definition of funny thing though. You don't hear anybody come in, and there's a long line.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
Finally, he makes it to the front of the line.
Is this where he reminds the lady of the mat for the first time? Watch out for the mat.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Let's just chart that because that comes back in a really good way.
So he just he's like $1.99.
And then he pulls out just a whole bunch of pennies.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's like
just a whole stack ton of pennies.
Like, you're a penny short.
Now, Jacob, I have actually, for the Bates Motel recaps we do, Dragon and I do the whole counting the pennies in the jars thing. And literally every season, we amass probably about 300 pennies in those jars, and I cash them in. And I can tell you, the pile that I've gotten of 300 pennies looks a lot smaller than that, all right?
Well, his is 200 pennies. And these are alien coins, remember?
Alien coins. Fair enough.
Who cares? It's just a cartoon anyway.
No, I know. I'm just saying. It's like it's an exaggerated pile for effect.
I know. Look, you're a penny short. I kind of relate to this guy in a way. I once got paid $30 in quarters.
Oh God.
Yeah, the guy had a plastic baggie full of quarters.
Oh no. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, I'm only allowed to have a limited amount in my drawer anyway, so.
Oh shit.
And we can't drop coins.
All right.
Yeah, so getting aside from the details of my job, it's like just take some money from the tin. Everybody does.
Yeah, like, dude, it's fine, man. Don't worry about it.
No, what if an older lady needs medication?
What if an old man needs a walking cane or else he can't walk?
Like, he comes up with every possible worst case scenario for.
And at this point, it's kind of like, I mean, if he hasn't gotten over the top before, it's just kind of like he is just his own enemy at this point.
Yeah, he's like self-detrimental at this. Some old lady needs her medicine. An old man needs his cane. See his grandkids. Like, he comes up with every possible worst case scenario over a freaking.
We don't sell any of that at the store, sir.
He comes up with like the worst possible scenarios for a freaking penny. I mean, for one measly cent. Can you imagine if it was a quarter?
And there's it's not just 1 penny sitting in the take a penny, leave a penny thing. There's like a good 5 or 6 cents in there.
Yeah, so you could easily be fined. But nope, he decides to take the moral high road.
Oh, God.
And find a lost penny himself.
Which basically is kind of like taking pennies that people have already lost, which I don't necessarily know if that's a moral high road or not.
Well, apparently they're gone, so it really doesn't matter. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe he sees this like they left it behind, but they didn't like you leave it behind for a purpose or anything like that.
So he finds 1 penny under a mat, and then he calls out, "Has anyone found a penny?"
Yeah, well, now that's taking he does take the moral high road there, asking people if they lost.
Right. And then someone actually comes up, and he's just delighted as all hell. Just like this, just absolutely made this guy's day. He's like, "Oh, penny!
You found my penny!
You found my penny!" I don't know, vaguely Italian sounding, I guess.
Then he finds another one. He's like, "Did anyone else lose a penny?"
And then a guy just takes it.
Yep. And
I
then
don't believe that guy actually lost it. I think that guy just wanted to get a penny because he was very rude about it.
Probably. And then Wander's like, "Does anyone?" Finds another one. Like, "Does anyone
in this fine establishment happen to have lost a penny?"
Yeah, like he said, he does it silently, like almost wanting nobody else to claim it.
Oh God.
As he sees Sylvia out there in the heat. Yep, and then once he picks up the penny, he realizes nobody claims it. There's a long line in front of him again, which he has to wait in line for. But in reality, though, if he would have left the counter with all the money up there, they would have had to take him next.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. There's a couple times in the episode where he just goes to the back of the line, even though it's like he's perfectly within his own right to go to the front of the line.
Yeah, I mean, like that's like store policy number one.
Right, right.
Like I said, the customer who's paying usually has the right to be there if they have even or put their money up there. He didn't even suspend the transaction. I think he just let the pennies up there. I mean, if he took the pennies, he could have he would have stayed back in line. But since the pennies are up there, he was in every right to go back to the front of the line. I don't think the episode ever addressed that.
I think it's all kind of part of the joke, but
Yeah, I know. Either he's just being nice, or he's just being kind of stupid.
yeah.
Or at least, like I said, I'm going to go with the whole nice thing, considering his character.
All right, but then what does he see to his horror when he gets to the front of the line again?
Well, I don't know, what is it.
Oh God, it's this jar where it's like a very, very sad looking poor child. Like, you can help this child for 1 penny a day.
He's like, oh no. He's like, what if he needs it more than me?
Oh man, and he just proceeds to just dump the entire stack of pennies in there. Which, you know what? Good on you, Wander. Good on you.
Yeah, but
the clerk's just like, I'm going on a break. I'll give you a few minutes to figure out whatever this is.
yeah.
Oh God.
And so some customer comes in rambling about what it's like. He needs these things.
Yeah, he needs 3 items. It's a garden hose, some jelly, and something else.
Yeah, who knows what? Who knows why? And then Wander rings him up, which he's not supposed to do, really.
No, but it's an emergency, goddammit! It's a cashier emergency!
And and the thing is, he keeps the money.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Like, he keeps the money that should rightfully go to the store.
Technically it should, yeah, because well, if you give change to the store, like if you give a 20 and you get $2 change and say keep the change, that goes to the store.
I guess.
Okay.
I guess. I mean, technically, it just does still belong to the store, but I guess he was in right to take it, even though it's not.
I would consider that a tip at that point.
All right, fair enough. I can go with that. I mean, because I don't think Wander would purposely steal anything. It's like
right.
Because he probably go like, the $2 it belongs to the store. I can't take this. I mean, unless he was like, I mean, that's probably what it was. I mean, that's probably what would have happened. So I can see to your point.
So this is probably my big nitpick of the episode, Jacob. He has the $2. He's right there with the drink, and yet there's a line, and so he feels compelled to go to the back of the. Why? Fucking A. This is no. I think this is by far the stupidest moment of the episode on Wander's behalf. There's nothing even nice about it. It's just like it's literally just like he's there. He's ready to pay. And he's waited like 3 times. He's perfectly within his right at this point. And everyone who's been lining up has been lining up behind him.
Yeah. It's I mean, it's just like either he's trying to make others feel sorry, or he's trying to make himself feel sorry for himself.
Just kind of self-fulfilling prophecy in a way.
Yep. He feels that compelled to help. He's willing to get to the back of the line again, even though he's already up there.
All right, so then he finally gets to the cash register and then realizes that the fucking
he forgot the drink.
That he forgot the drink, and then he goes back and he's like, I know I'm just gonna turn around and there's just gonna be a big old line, and then something's gonna stop me from getting this drink. I just know it.
Nope, there's no line.
Oh God, and this is another great moment where it's like the song comes on. Here comes Wanda now.
And then he trips.
Yeah, he trips over the mat that he's been warning people about the whole episode.
And spills the drink.
Oh no, the mat. Gotta love a well-timed slow-mo joke, Jacob.
Yeah. And then the clerk just kind of mocks, like, "Are you gonna help clean that up?"
So
that is actually kind of uncalled for. Technically,
the clerk asking to help clean it up.
Aren't you gonna clerk asked Wander, aren't you gonna help clean that up? Technically it'd be his job to clean it up.
And if I was just sitting around there with nothing to do all day, I would honestly be like, "Oh, sweet, something to do."
Yeah, like I said, that would not fly where I work. I mean, they can help. They can like clean up a small mess, but we usually have to take care of the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
But like, and we definitely wouldn't talk to a customer like that either.
Well, of course not. Of course not.
Yeah, it's like, but I definitely wouldn't like sit around while a customer mops the entire store either, because Wander feels the need to clean the entire store, which actually looks a lot better after he's through with it. It suddenly got shiny.
Yeah, I think that's just because Wander just, it's another part of his helpful streak. It's like he cleans one part of the store and he's like, well, I guess I might as well just mop up the rest of the place.
Yep. And then when he cleans behind the Thunderblast display, like, bottle of Thunderblast, throws it
Bottle
away.
of Thunderblast.
And then he decides to pay for it. He
Money,
goes to
bottle now, drink.
he goes to pay for it, but then when he pays for it, as he's paying for it, a little girl and her mother walk in. He's like,
Oh god. Oh god. Again, this episode just has so many well-timed gags.
He looks as like kind of anticipating her to want it. And it turns out, oh no, it's gone.
And of course, she just starts breaking down and crying.
He's like, oh, you're gonna pay for it all by yourself too.
Oh god. Oh god.
And of course, Wander finishes paying for it, and he gives it to her. She's like, it never hurts to help.
Yep.
And like I said, I like how all the never hurts to help actually pays off. I like how that happens, though.
Yeah, it's a good moral. It's a good lesson. I don't necessarily think it's too in your face either.
Yeah. So he goes to Sylvia. He's like, you were in there for a long time.
I failed you, Sylvia. I failed you.
And then he goes about to go into a long spiel, but then the little girl comes up and gives it to Sylvia, saying you look thirsty. She wanted to get this for you. She's like, it never hurts to help. I don't know if she learned that from Wander or she just wanted to do that.
I would say she learned it from Wander. I'd like to think so.
Well, but she was probably going to get the drink for her anyways, but that probably the never hurts to help thing she probably got from him.
All right, so Sylvia drinks it, and then we feel the blast, thunder blast.
Yep.
By the way, buddy, this is going to take about 5 more hours.
She's going to need a lot more thunder blasts.
Oh god. Well, I've got a mat to nail down. Oh man, that poor clerk. That's all I have to say.
Well, he should be glad somebody's doing his job for free.
Yeah, but even still, like having Wander there to begin with, yeah. Anyways, Jacob, final thoughts on the episode then?
Like I said, it's impressive how they could just take a single location, a single premise, make an entire episode out of it. I mean, just as simple as getting a drink.
Just going into a gas station, getting a drink, and coming out. It's like that's something that should take like a minute to 2 minutes at the most.
Or in the case of like how long he's there, to try to take like 30 seconds.
Right.
And it takes him like probably in the time span of a couple hours or at least an hour or so.
Yeah, the time span wise, yeah, definitely. Jacob, I really love this episode. I was really impressed with it. It's definitely, I'd say it's probably in the same company as something like The Ball or The Box. It's probably like right up there, maybe my top 3, like my 3rd favorite after The Ball and The Box.
Like I said, it's these simplistic episodes you really seem to like.
I guess so. Yeah, and kind of speaking of which, I'm not really a big fan of the episode coming up, so.
Yeah. All right, then.
All right, well, I guess that's about it. So anything else you want to say about this episode, Jacob?
It's a very fun episode, kind of like, that even has a nice little moral at the end of it. Never hurts to help.
All right, and without further ado...
Even though it builds up the episode, like sometimes it just prolongs it a little bit.
Without further ado, later,
haters.
Oh no, the